Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Mindfully Kiki, and welcome to day 20 of our 21-day yoga journey. I am Kiki, your yoga instructor, and I am here to help you add a little mindfulness into your life through yoga, meditation, self-care techniques, and more. So today we are going to explore a more dynamic, fluid yoga flow. So think about when you see people doing these just really flowy yoga practices. That's what we want to achieve today. We want to do more fluid movements. So we'll explore that in today's practice. So what you'll need today is a yoga mat, and you can have two blocks available. They're optional, but it's good to have around just in case you need it. So grab what you need and we will get started. So we are going to start with a seated posture, and you're going to sit back on your heels. Now, if there's a lot of space between your heels and your butt, you can always opt to have some blocks in between. I like to have them the wide way so they're connecting with my feet. And that way it just brings the ground up to me a little more. So we are going to start here with 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. So let's inhale together. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Last time, inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. And then we're going to come over to hands and knees. So we're coming to table pose. You can put your blocks off to the side. So having your knees under your hips and wrist under your shoulders as best as you can. We're going to come into 3 rounds of cat and cow, just moving through the spine. So on your inhale, lower your belly down towards the mat. Let your chest face forward and your gaze go forward. And on your exhale, start to curl your back up towards the ceiling. Bring your chin to your chest. So we're curling like a cat right now. Cat pose. Inhale, lower the belly. Gaze is forward, chest is forward. Exhale, curl the back. Press the floor away. Last time, inhale. And exhale. And then coming back to our table pose. So from here, we're just going to stretch the wrist a little bit. So bring your fingers to face one another. And we're just going to go from side to side about 3 times. You can go as far as you like, just depends on how your wrists feel today. We're stretching them out before we put some weight on them. And then you can go back and forth 3 times. And then let's switch. So this time you bring your wrists to face each other. So this one's a little harder, so you may have the wrists a little further apart. Just depends on how your wrists feel in this moment. And same thing here, rocking side to side 3 times. And then switching back and forth 3 times. And then standing on your knees, bring your hands together and just move them around in a circle. Move your wrist around. Release, shake it out. One more time, interlace the fingers. And this time you may move them in the opposite direction, which is a little bit harder. So no judgment in this moment, right? And shake it out. And we just want it to move through our wrist a little bit, stretch them out before we get into our practice. Let's move into our first dynamic movement. So tuck your toes under. We're coming into downward facing dog. Lift the hips and the knees. Take a breath here. You can always bend your knees here, just depends on how you feel. Heels are reaching down towards the mat. And then you're going to shift forward to a plank. You can always come down to a knee down plank if you'd like. And then bring your knees down. Arch your back, so lower the belly down. Exhale, curl the back. Tuck the toes. We're coming to downward facing dog. Shift forward to your plank. Knees down. Inhale to your cow pose. Lower the belly. Exhale, curl the back. Tuck the toes under. Downward facing dog. Shift forward to your plank. Knees down. And this time we're coming into a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees and the hips. And then start to walk your feet forward. So take your time here. You may have to take some baby steps. You may have to waddle to the front. All of that is acceptable. And come into your forward fold. From here, let your arms hang heavy and then just start to roll up to standing through your spine. Slow and mindful movement. Coming to stand. And if you're not already, just go ahead and walk to the front of the mat. So we're going to shift our weight to our left leg. Lift the right foot. Step it back. So you're coming to the ball of the right foot. Right leg is straight. Left knee is bent. We're coming to our high lunge. Hands on your hips. And then go ahead and plant that back foot down. You can scoot it down. You can push it down the mat, the foot down the mat a little bit. We're going to turn our left foot to face the long edge of the mat. And then just make sure your feet are even here. So we're coming into a wide stance. And then you can slightly turn your feet out to the sides of the mat. So we're going to be working through a little bit of goddess pose and adding some arm movements to it. So let's take a deep breath here. And exhale. All right, take an inhale. On the exhale, you're going to start to bend the knees out to the sides, bringing the hips down as far as you can. So you might feel a bit of shaking here, just working those inner thighs, the hamstrings, a little bit of the glutes. And then take your left hand, reach it over to the right knee, and then reach the right arm up, coming into a twist, keeping that squat, keeping that goddess pose as much as you can. Or you can choose to have your left hand down on the mat or with a block, and that might help a little more. Breathe here. And then coming up. You can straighten the legs. Take an inhale. Exhale back to your squat. You can take your right hand to your left knee. Reach the left arm up, or you can bring your right hand down to the mat or the block. Breathe here. And coming up, straighten the legs. Coming down to our goddess pose again. Take an inhale. Exhale. Bend. Bring your hands to your knees. Reach the right arm up and over. And then switch. Reaching the left arm up and over. And then standing up tall. You can point your toes to face forward now. We're coming into our wide forward fold. So inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring the arms forward and down. So you can have your arms flat on the mat or the floor. Or you can choose to have your blocks underneath your hands. Your choice. Take about 2 more full breaths here. And just know the further down you come, the more you're going to feel it in your hamstrings. And then blocks off to the side. Bring your hands to your hips and lean or lift the chest. All right, turning the toes out to the sides one more time. We're going through our goddess pose one more time. So we know where we're going. We're going to move a little bit faster this time. Take an inhale. On the exhale, bend the knees. Coming down. So we're going back to our twist. Starting with the left hand down and reaching the right arm up. Take a breath. And switch. Right arm down, left hand up. And then lifting, straightening the legs. Inhale. Exhale, goddess pose. Hands on your knees, reaching the right arm up and over, side bend. And then switch. And then lifting all the way up. So we're turning back towards the top of the mat. Turn that left foot out. Come onto the ball of your right foot. So back to our high lunge, bending the left knee. Reach the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Take a breath. And then go ahead and step that right foot forward, back into our mountain pose. That's Tadasana. Take an inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, forward and down. Come into your forward fold here. Then we're going to step the right foot back and the left foot back. And you come down to your table pose. So knees are down on the mat. So we're coming back to our first dynamic movement. So tucking those toes under. Lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Shift forward to your plank. Knees down. Inhale, lower the belly, cow pose. Exhale, curl the back, cat pose. Press the floor away. Tuck the toes, lift into downward facing dog. Shifting forward, plank. Knees down. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, curl the back, cat pose. Tuck the toes under, down facing dog. Shift forward, plank. And then back down to your knees. All right, grabbing our blocks one last time. We're ending as we started in our seated posture. So again, you can use your blocks between your ankles just to bring the ground up to you if you need to. So sit tall in your spine, shoulders up towards your ears, and down and back. Let's end with our 3 deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. Let's inhale together. Open the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. Last one, inhale. Open the mouth and exhale. And that is it for day 20. And now I want to hear from you. What did you think of this flow? Let's talk about it down in the comments. And this is a great time for you to do a short reflection of your practice, whether you just sit and think about it for a second, or you can choose to write it down. Don't forget to check out my other yoga flows, meditations, and vlogs. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And always, always, always remember to add a little mindfulness into your life and be mindfully true. But most importantly, be mindfully you. I'll see you all tomorrow for day 21.